Well, photography for me has always been a solitary endeavor, something you can do on your own. You can do it any time. You can just literally walk out the front door and make pictures, and even the most simple thing you see can be a wonderful picture. So there's a more spontaneous quality to photography, and I love the fact that you can tell an entire story in one picture. You know, filmmaking, cinematography or video, there are many more components to it. There's sound, there's editing is more important. Still photographs, it's a really much more simple, immediate. Why is that? Well, it kind of speaks to my philosophy of portraiture and photographing in general. I think when you're photographing an individual, when you're making a portrait, I think you can create an atmosphere where a person's personality can reveal itself, and by kind of relaxing the person and establishing a rapport, you can kind of hopefully have that person, you can get something which really says something about their personality, and something which is really genuine, and something which is, I think, personal and soulful, and something which can really speak to their humanity. I think part of the motivation to cover these dangerous areas is to be a witness to these very important, pivotal times in a country's. I think that it's interesting to examine human nature and how we act and how we respond to these pressures. I think that's fascinating to me, to see how people react in life and death situations, and to witness history unfolding. I mean, kind of a cultural conflict in Afghanistan could just as well be how people respond and how people act. It's just, I think we're all human. We react the same way, regardless of where we come from. But personally, I never take unnecessary risks, or I never really. All my everything's very carefully considered, so I'm never really out there taking crazy risks. Well, the situation when I photographed the Afghan girl was simply I was in a classroom with her, and we were sitting on the floor, and there was this really beautiful light coming in, and I wanted to get a picture, a very natural picture of her, without just something very natural and normal, because I just knew that if I could get her to relax, that this incredible expression, this beautiful face, this look could come through. I didn't want anything to interfere with that just natural beauty, so I just wanted something just normal, natural, and just to have this incredible face just shine. The story I was working on at that time was the Afghan refugee population, which was about 4 million people. So this was a very serious, very tragic situation where you had millions of people that had to flee their homes because of their villages were being destroyed by the Afghan government. So my intention, the plan with these pictures, were to show the plight, the situation. Who are these people? Who are these Afghan refugees? Let's look at them and know who they are. And so I thought with her portrait, this was a case where this is a very beautiful little girl, yet she has this sort of trauma or this sort of this troubled look on her face. I mean, it's very beautiful, kind of these incredible eyes, yet there's something not quite right. There's something kind of haunted about her expression. I thought it was a good example of the situation. I thought it was a good illustration of here's an amazing people, beautiful people, an incredible country, yet there's this tragic circumstance, there's this tragic event which is happening which is kind of destroying this country. Well, I think, we all have our own different personalities, and I've always been, very passionate about my work and willing to devote as much time as it needs. So, it's not a part-time thing. It's a full-time, often all day, every day commitment. So, well, I think everybody should have some understanding and maybe some instruction in taking pictures. I think photographing can be an important way to document our lives and to share our lives with our friends and our family. It's a history of our life. It's a history of what we've done. And I think to be able to go back and look at these pictures of how we were, our friends, our family, our children, or whatever, is a really great